Well, something interesting is happening with Milwaukee Tools. Not sure if you noticed it, but I certainly have. And honestly, tons of people have been reaching out to me, whether it's seasoned pros or weekend warriors. Lots of people noticing that Milwaukee isn't just dropping new tools, they're reshaping the industry as a whole. And honestly, this isn't something all that new. It's been going on for a while, but they've really ramped it up in the past year. So let's jump into and find out exactly what is going on with Milwaukee. And we'll talk about what's going on in 2024 and then going on through 2025 and beyond. So Milwaukee Tools has been on an absolute tear in the past year. Their company, Tektronix Industries, has reported an 11.6% increase in sales for Milwaukee Tools, at least in North America, which is where they're primarily focused, all right? Now, that's not just good. That's incredible considering the market out there, especially given the slowdown that we've seen in the last part of last year and the first quarter of this year. Now, other competitors are playing defense at this point, almost like a prevent, trying to not lose market share. But Milwaukee, on the other hand, is pressing forward even harder. They're looking for a massive expansion in North America. To support this kind of growth, Milwaukee has invested something like $60 million in a new plant in Grenada, I think I pronounced it correctly, Grenada, Mississippi. Now, this is 500,000 square feet. It's currently going to be their largest facility in the United States and will eventually employ more than 800 people. This plant is part of a larger trend that Milwaukee is doing to bring manufacturing back to the United States. They have 8 facilities in Mississippi alone. They are really bringing it back. The reshoring is the term that they like to use. And a lot of this is, besides the reshoring and everything else, the way that Milwaukee got started, what made them different was they went after specific niche trades, all right? That's what really separates them from the pack. They're not out there chasing down every tool user or looking for, every, weekend wear kind of stuff. They're looking for niche professionals. Plumbers have tools like the M12 ProPEX expander and the M18 drum machine. Tools that are designed to make their daily tasks, just that much easier. And electricians, they've been catering to electricians for a while. They got their Force Logic knockout tools, cable cutters that outperform the legacy gear that's out there. And that is allowing them to really kind of focus, because you get into one battery system and you want to stick with it. And in these niche trades, HVAC is a big one. All right, their tools are using compact vacuums, they're using inspection cameras, press tools, all of this designed around tight installs and stuff like that. This isn't about flashy marketing. It's all about job site dominance, one trade at a time. It's kind of like the old race saying, what wins on Sunday sells on Monday. And they're kind of doing the same thing there. In fact, they've been, and I will say this, in the past, they've pretty much not given a damn, if you would, about the DIYer and the prosumer. They're focusing on the pros. Well, now they're expanding into Home Depot, pretty much turning orange red. Milwaukee's presence at Home Depot has been growing steadily. They're not just occupying shelf space, they're becoming the go-to brand for pros and DIYers alike at this point. With dedicated Milwaukee sections, exclusive tool bundles, and in-store demonstrations, they're making it easier than ever for you to get your hands on the tools, try them, and then, hopefully, and apparently, they've been successful in getting you to buy them. Now, this strategic partnership is helping Milwaukee reach a broader audience while still focusing on their core professional user base. Now, part of this has also been they're getting their foot in the door, if you would, with the Made in the USA tool initiative. They've been focusing on this big time by increasing domestic manufacturing. They're reducing the supply chain and their dependencies and risk from overseas manufacturing. And this is ensuring also higher quality control so they can keep the brand at the level they want to be. This move resonates with pros who value American-made products and support local economies by creating jobs. It's a win-win for Milwaukee and its customers. All right, let's talk about what Milwaukee has already brought to the table this year. Now, these aren't concepts. This isn't speculation. This is stuff that is already launched. It's out there in the wild as of 2025. First off, we got to talk about a real game changer, and that's the M12 Fuel 6-inch random orbit sander here. This is designed to replace pneumatic, aka air tools in body and paint shops. It's lightweight, it's cordless, and it's shop ready to go. This is a big game changer for those folks. And there's the M18 Fuel 7.25-inch rear handle circ saw. Compact, still delivers pro-level cutting power, ideal for framers and remodelers who want control and runtime. The next is kind of a go-to emergency kind of tool. It's the M18 brushless stick transfer pump. Moving up to 25 gallons per minute. It's great for dewatering jobs, sump pump work. It's efficient, it's cordless, and it's built to move water fast, all right? Then there's the M18 Fuel Extended Pole Articulating Hedge Trimmer. Yeah, they're going after the landscapers, the pros. You get reach, angle control, power, cut through thick branches, all with no gas and a lot less sound. M18 Fuel 16-inch string trimmer, heavy brush, not a problem. This string trimmer is part of Milwaukee's push to get into serious pro tier OPE, that's outdoor power equipment. Then we have the M12 subcompact brushless 3/8-inch drill driver, compact, lightweight, powerful for its size, perfect for tight installs and overhead work. And then there's something really special, and that's the M12 Power Manager. This thing is smart, okay? It's fast charging during work hours, bulk charging overnight, great for job site energy efficiency, really managing the whole system there. And for a little bit of fun, on the lighter side, we get the M12 Fuel job site speaker. Pack out compatible, built for rugged environments, loud, clear, tough, just like the pros it's built for, okay? Now, what might be coming up next? Well, Milwaukee's pretty tight-lipped, but we can kind of speculate on some of the stuff that they might be doing based on what we've seen in years past. So kind of going out on a limb here and kind of guessing. It's not much of a limb. Let's talk smart battery tech, all right? They've already been pushing it with the MX line, that with the Bluetooth integration, all of that. So it's an entire job site eco integration package is what you're looking at. They've already got it started. It's going to be expanding, deeper expansion into landscaping. That's going to be a big one for them. And also the MX line is going to allow them to push even harder into heavy equipment categories. Here's one thing that's clear. Milwaukee's not slowing down. But I do want to put an asterisk in this just to be fair across the board. As much as you hear people talking on YouTube and online about Milwaukee, DeWalt is still sitting there top dog in the U.S. power tool market. They hold 16% of unit sales and 17% of revenue. Now that's a pretty strong lead considering all the brands that are out there in the market today. But Milwaukee, well, they're playing a different game and they're winning where it counts. They're not going after that broad range like you see from DeWalt. They're hitting those specific trade niches. They're not trying to be everyone's tool. They're just trying to be the best for the trades, all right? And that kind of loyalty, well, once a guy when he starts making money with the tool, that kind of loyalty is hard to shake. So what's really going on here with Milwaukee? Well, it's more than just, red tools dropping, left and right, every quarter through their pipeline system. It's a full-blown takeover, all right? They've taken what they've done in the past and they've ramped it up to an entirely new level. New tools, new tech, new factories, relentless focus on the trades, going into Home Depot on top of that with everything they released already in 2025 and what we expect to come soon. Well, the Red Army isn't just growing, it's got its marching orders. It's moving, all right? Anyway, if you like what we do here, go ahead and chomp the old like button, smash that subscribe, ring the bell on your way out. You all take care, God bless, and as always, shine on.